Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. Oh my goodness, do you know what this stands for? I do. I absolutely do. Mr. Blaze Golden, who is the designer for Golden Design Works, sent this bad boy, and guess what? This is not, I repeat, this is not a pre-order. Oh my goodness. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am, because we're getting ready to check out what has got to be a fantastic knife. Every knife he puts out is just so good. And these knives, the reason this video is coming out right now is because, like I said, they're not going to be pre-order. These are getting ready to drop. And this is your chance to mark it down on your calendar. And I'll tell you when it's going to be here in just a minute. But you get a very nice case. It has a little, what do you call that? I always call it Velcro. It's technically hook and loop, whatever, same thing. Nice patch. And you get a cleaning cloth, and you can put two knives in here. I have some other Golden Design Works knives that, you know, it's nice to be able to carry too, to show them off, because a lot of them not only are functional, but they're pocket candy, baby. Oh my goodness. This is the Golden Design Works Nugget. Would you look at it? Just look at it, all of its nuggetness. And there's more than one version. I can't remember. I'm going to say there's 2 or 3 different versions. Usually there are. I'll end up flashing them across your screen here sometime in the next minute or two while we're going over all the coolness of this knife. So this is titanium. Very nice milling. That is one thing that Golden Design Works knives have, is fantastic. I mean, just fantastic milling work. That looks so good. You have a captive pivot, cage ceramic ball bearings. And oh my goodness, this is very clean. Look, oh, check that. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, how do you close this knife? Look at this. We're on the end. Okay. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. I'm getting really excited. So you have a titanium backspacer. It also has this wonderful milling work. It's wonderful. And let's see. You have a milled titanium clip, and there's nothing down there to snag your pocket. And this looks like there's 2 ways to deploy this knife. You have thumb studs. Here's a look at your thumb studs. Blue anodized, and you know what? I wouldn't surprise me if these were titanium. I bet they are. But here's something else, is if you'll look up close, yeah, they do match. Look here. See how this pivot collar, or the pivot itself, has a dome? It's dome shaped. The same dome. I love it when knife designers add these little tidbits. They make things match, and if you don't pay attention, you don't notice. But even the thumb stud has the dome that matches the pivot, so that is very nice. And here's another major plus. The edges of these thumb studs are grabby. They're not slick. You're not going to slip off of them. And oh my goodness gracious. Holy moly. The micro jimping. That micro jimping is, oh wow, that is so good. Like if you just lightly run your hand across it, it's not super grabby, but if you put pressure, it grabs. Do we want to open it like this or with the thumb stud? I'm going to open it with the thumb stud. You ready to see this blade? Pow! Right in the kisser. Oh my goodness. Let me wipe this off. Oh, wow. This is a very clean looking knife. Oh, wow. I mean, wow. And I don't think this is like an uber expensive knife either. The blade steel, I think, is 154. Yeah, look at that. 154 cm blade steel, baby. So 154 cm, I have more 154 cm blade steel than any other blade steel, and I love 154. And this is nice. I like how we have some satin lines along the flat going all the way into the ricasso. Gives it that two-tone look. I really, really do appreciate that. Now, as far as sharpening, there's not a whole lot in the way of like a choil or anything of that nature. Your plunge grind does end early up here, so you do have plenty of room to sharpen before you get up, and that's a nice, sharp, abrupt plunge grind. I appreciate that. That is a major plus in my book. Now, for your pass-through, look at that. This is a nested liner lock. That is, oh my goodness. Anytime you have a liner lock or a frame lock that's nested, that's always a major plus with me. And we'll check out the action, the ergos here in just a minute. Right now I'm checking out the finish, and the finish is nice. This thing is extremely lightweight. I'm going to weigh it real quick. I know when you get the metal knives like these, sometimes folks are like, yeah, but how much does it weigh? Because you bought a knife off Amazon and it weighed 14 pounds. It was made out of stainless steel of some unknown origin, unlike this one. So this one's coming in at 3.4 ounces. So it's not even at the 3.5 ounce mark. This is a great weight and size for an everyday carry folding pocket knife. Oh, and it sounds so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it's drop shutty. It snaps open. You just get it started and it shuts itself. Here's a little bit of acoustics for you. Now, one thing I just noticed, it kind of has the double clutch thing. So when you open it, it gets to right here and then it has to bounce over that detent ball. So it kind of stops it. So you get past that point, then it'll drop for you. And can we reverse flick it? Oh yeah, the reverse flick is just as easy. There's ample room on this side to get your middle finger below there. And this one, oh yeah, this is easy to reverse flick with your index finger too. So those are great. How about the index flip? Can we do that? Ooh, that index flip's a little sharp, but if I pay attention, I can do it. It's, oh my gosh. So that jimping that doesn't feel very aggressive, when you get your thumb on there, it's not gonna let go of your skin. You're not gonna miss that flip. It's aggressive micro jimping. Not in a bad way, in a good way. And here's something else that I just noticed. Look at this. See this area right here? I really appreciate when knives let you choke up and let you hold them and get right up behind the heel and you're not far away from the blade. So let me do a quick size comparison and then we'll take a look at the ergos. Here's the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 and the Spyderco Para 3. This is in that Para 3 size range and you have a little, well, you know what? If you're talking about where your hand goes, from this spot to this spot, you have the same amount of ergonomics, the same amount of hand room as the Para 3, because this part back here, I wouldn't even consider that part of the handle other than a wraparound. But we'll get into the ergos more here in just a second. Here is another one. This is the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock, and then the Pyrite, the CJRB Pyrite. So if you have one of those, and these are medium-sized knives, you see this isn't a big banger. This is a smaller, everyday carry knife. And here is, you know, we got to put up the QSP Penguin, because everybody should have a Penguin, right? So there's a Penguin, and then one more, the Vosteed Raccoon. So these, hopefully you have one of the knives that I just put up here that gives you an idea of what we're playing with. Smell what we're stepping in. And for all you numbers guys, if you're like me and you're a numbers guy, this bad boy from tip to tip is 6.75 inches overall. It has a 3.81 inch handle. Your blade is 2.94 inches. Your cutting edge is 2.91 inches. These drop Friday, August 2nd. So be ready. If you're interested in this knife, August 2nd is when it's going to happen. Now my hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and from the bottom of my palm to the tip of my middle finger is 7.25. And yes, oh yeah, even giving it the Beez squeeze, I'm not getting any hot spots. This is, oh my goodness, this is going to be a really good carry. Oh my gosh. If you like titanium knives, and oh, wow, that action. And you can also do a really nice slow roll. More often than not, when I'm just doing a regular cut, opening a package or something, if I'm not, if I'm just getting the knife out and I'm not paying attention to the knife, I'll get the knife out and I'll do a slow roll and open it up. And this, boy, I will say this does have a nice factory edge on it. It has a nice, whew, that is toothy. I like a toothy edge. So there's your ergos. With a large width hand, it's kind of disappearing in my hand. I wouldn't want my hand to be any bigger. If you have XL hands, this is going to be more in the kind of like the three, you're going to be like this and doing the wraparound with your pinky if you have big old sausage fingers. But for my large width hand, it fits my hand perfectly. I like the grip. I like this ramp back here. Keeps me out of the cutting path. So if I'm doing push cuts, all of the material can come past my thumb. I can appreciate that. And this kind of K-tip style blade is awesome for opening packages, getting into things, doing fine cuts. And oh my gosh, hold the bus. Look at this. I didn't even notice that before. So in talking about doing those cuts, that is perfect. Look at this jimping. It has that great jimping right on top of the spine. So there you go. That is going to be perfect. That's absolutely perfect for what I'm talking about. Doing your cuts, your fine cuts, or opening packages. And okay, if you're wanting to do some pull of cuts like that, oh, I love it when I find an Easter egg that's right in front of my eyes. Very nice. Okay, so you have jimping back here and you have jimping back here. And look at this. There's also jimping on top of the handle. So this whole area, that's why that is so grippy. Woo, piece of candy. Woo. Okay, I like it. Blaze Golden, he knows what he's doing. He designed some very good knives. Shout out to him. Thank you very much for letting me check this out. And I'm excited. These are dropping. You're going to be able to buy them. They're not going to be a pre-order. You're not going to have to wait months. Literally, August 2nd on Friday. I'll put a link to his website down in the description or the comment section. That way you can know and set a reminder or something like that if you're interested in this knife. Wow. Thank you very much for letting me check this bad boy out. Much appreciated. And listen, every Friday night, Beez Blades live at the Hive. Oh, right. That's where hundreds of people come every Friday night. It's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. We talk about knives, everyday carry gear. We talk about flashlights. And, you know, cheese. Cheese tends to come up a lot. And snacks and food and the dog. And my wife comes down. My wife, she drops some knife knowledge. It's a lot of fun. Come by, check us out. And if you like my knife content, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. That'll help support the channel. Now go watch this video. You'll really enjoy that. And until I see you again in the lives or the chats or at the Hive streams, remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.